You live at 0900 hours, 24 minutes, Saturday, July 13. This is on misogyny and equality. We have to think about our young men and our young women when we speak on these terminologies. With come misogyny, there's sexism. Misogyny means the ingrained, the contempt, disaccord, or sometimes hatred towards women. And equality is supposed to be the fashion of how we are treated based upon just being the beings, the respect, the care and the kindness for love. That's not the equality. Is to treat someone basically the same. You don't want to be done that way, don't treat someone that way. But what we have done in African descendant, quote unquote black diaspora, is the men and women we have not. I'm not going to speak on really a lot of other things, but I will talk about things that affect us, which that nobody see coming. But since it seemed as an attack on women, or is even an attack on men, this is what must, to me, I'm going to just talk about both of them interchangeable, because to me they're interchangeable. When we talk about misogyny, we only talk about how women are treated. We never talk about how men are treated, because there's a hatred for men. So what is that called? And that's not equal, because we know there is a hatred for men. Some men just have hatred. It's not because the woman been hurt and abused. She just have a hatred for men. That's part of the form of hatred, right? It stems from the root of envy, the seed of envy, the shell of curses. So if we speak in that sense, we have to treat it the same way. I'm noticing that women been hurt are purposely and knowingly just trying to hurt men. Because you can have a deep discussion with the same race women, and I'll say something, they say, oh, we know that's not true. But then when you ask them, I say, I didn't say that. I said, why are you or why are those women doing it to those men? So if you want to say men hurt women, all men don't hurt women. And all women are not good women to men. Some women will only care about a man based on how fond she is of him, her quote unquote likeness, or her admiration. They don't treat men the same. We know that. Can we somebody raise a hand and say that's the truth? Women don't treat men the same based on if she desire him or not. Is that true? He didn't have to treat her no such way. He can just say, hi, how you doing? And try to get to know her. Facial expressions, the way she talked to him, that right there tells you. So we gotta stop lying and say that. Stop telling her. I would love for women to teach or guide or challenge their sons about how women treat. I would ask my mother that. Why don't you show me that? She won't say nothing. But hopefully, when I have a discussion with my lady, I'm going to choose. She's going to receive me, and I'm going to seek her out. That she say, okay, I want to tell my son that women are going to do this. Not so much bring up the bad. She's going to go out with our son. They're going to go out. He's going to learn how to treat his mother. So he's learning how to treat other women. And my daughter, I want to take her out. She's learning how men should treat her, and she's going to learn how to treat men. Because when you have a complete family, what we don't want anymore, the man and the woman, I don't know, you don't want that with children, and hopefully, I don't care what your preference or sexuality is. Are we raising the children the correct way? Are we raising the child the right way? There's a right and wrong way to raise a child. That's on me. I don't have children. I speak more on children than people with children, but I ain't gonna even talk about that. So if my son know what to do, when he leave the home, he won't accept a lot of things. Same for my daughter. When she leave the home, she's like, no, my mother and father didn't show me this. We can't say that a lot of people. I can say that about my mother and the men that the Creator aligned me with. He didn't do that. I don't want to do what the mother dude was doing. As a young man, I didn't want to do it. And this is to the other young men. You don't have to do what every other young man is doing or every man is doing. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Trust me. I was in the group when they said, hey, you want to smoke and drink? No, they left me alone. They knew who I was. I ain't saying not saying you're not gonna go through no battles. No, the world got. That's great if you don't. That's what I want. I'm not even gonna say the bad part. Not even gonna undertone that it may happen to you. It's not going to happen to you. But that's you understanding who you are. No, you don't know who you are, but you know what you're capable of. You know how fast you can run. You know how much you can lift. That's equal. You understanding in your mind. So, but when we run away from the situation, because we're not to say, oh, that's gender role. No, there's still a such thing as a role or a duty, is it not? I'm asking you. There's still not a role or a duty that a woman should do and a man should do? Or no, that's gone because we want to be equal. I'm 6'5", and most women are not 6'5". We are never equal. I'm taller than her. She can't reach the top of the cabinet unless she need a chair. And if she can't reach the top of the cabinet, who's there to help her? So we throw the role away of saying if we're gonna say treat everybody equal, y'all would be out of luck. Because this is not to advocate women doing certain things, but a woman should never be hungry or thirsty or without never a place to live or clothes. And it don't have to be nothing sexual either. A woman, think about that. If we want to play equality, we about to see a whole change in the women, which we have added to. I've never seen so many gay women in my life. That's crazy. I remember a woman told another man, and she more of a man. I just laughed, and he was talking. He wasn't being rude, and she was being rude. He was like, "Whip out your penis," and then women say, "I don't make him a man." Then all the men looking around saying, this was my face. I was like, I grabbed my glasses and said, I don't know what makes me a man then. I know other things make me a man, but first of all, you got to be able to have a manly organ that produces seeds that you can inseminate into a woman to procreate. That's part of being a man, isn't it? So are we going to start taking away the meanings of things? So if we in a whole culture of we trying to follow everybody else and stuff, of course we know about history. And the thing about equality, did a woman deserve the same job the man does? Does she? What we're doing now, since we want to talk about equality, African descendant men, quote unquote, black, we're competing against each other. And you say men not supposed to compete against women. Hold up. Wait. Wow, we destroyed it. So my question is, can we go back? And they say no, because you're gonna sit there. I'm gonna sit on top. I'm not even gonna really. I'm just gonna. That never made sense to me. I'm vying for the same profession, the same career. We're in the same field of line of work. Now she can get the vice president executive job. Okay. Now I'm going to compete against the same race woman, the opposite race man, the other race man, and the opposite other race woman, and then the opposite woman race too. African descendant women is doing it too, but it's not it doesn't matter because they're the woman. So now we are competing against each other. Nobody's thinking about this. I don't gotta talk about cloning and secret, highly weird, different things. I'm talking about reality right now. I go in the health field, it's equal. But if I go to a building that I can write on a paper, or it don't require lifting or things, I'm competing with the same. Think about this. Nobody want to think about this because we want to say, well, you don't want to see the no. I didn't say that. I'm saying think about the state we put ourselves in. I stated The last 10 years, 5 years, and the 2 years strong, we demonized African, quote unquote, black men, descendant men. Demonized us. We're the demons now. We're the devils. We're the guys that created slavery now. And I'm not even gonna get in that, but if you understand slavery, the spirit, the ancestor gave it to me. Those were not fully grown men they was putting on slave ships. Let that sink in for a bit. Let that marinate. If you want to listen to history and believe everything in the book, why won't you listen and hear what I say? Those were not fully grown men that they put on them ships to make slaves. Those were not fully grown men that they was forcing women to breed with. Let that marinate and sink in your head for a little bit. But since you only want to read the books that they wrote, but you don't want to believe that information I received from the ancestors and the spirit, our creator, because I sound satanic and told you I'm satanic and demonic. But the same guy that would deny that have hurt a woman, might have killed a woman, and hurt a child, a baby girl, and or probably kidnapped or trafficked a one. You would believe him first because of his skin color. Because of my skin color, I got a battle now. See, you not going to see that as I'm competing against a woman because we want an equality. I don't want to say nothing bad because that's what. Here we go with that word. I said it earlier. The M-I-S-O-G-Y-N-Y word. Misogyny, whatever, how you say it. You think I hate her? No, I'm speaking of reality. I'm speaking of fact. I'm speaking truths. I'm competing against her now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. In the workforce, I don't compete for love. I don't fight for love. We come together and we be in love. Be in love. Come together. Work together. Fertility. Security. She's fertility. I'm security. She's nurturing and I'm providing. I'm protecting. So that's nothing. I'm not dedicated to my woman. I want her. I desire her. She's going to listen to what I say, and I'm going to listen to what she say. But when we come together, I am doing the protecting, the providing. We're going to collaborate. We're going to cooperate in some form of who's the leader is the man. I'm doing the decision. I'm doing the things that's keeping our family afloat. I'm making sure her safe. I'm producing the insurance for our children, the tuition, where they want to go. The income. And if she have to input some monies as well and work, cool. That don't change the situation. Now, if you make it something different, that's on you. I'm not talking about changing things. I'm talking about the reality I'm sitting in right now. I'm competing. I'm arguing. We are being disaligned. We are being unentwined with our same race, gender, opposite gender, the women, the womb women. They're not becoming ladies or women. They're becoming just women to me, or females, or chicks, or chicas, because I'm competing against you. I cannot no longer treat you the same way in the workforce. I cannot no longer. You wanted this way. You wanted to listen to those other race women that went home to their husbands. I can't treat you equal no more. I'm going to go to a place. I'm going to try to build a business, and you're not going to be working with me. You're not going to be helping me fill out the paperwork. You're not going to be the administrative side. You're not going to be helping me carry these boxes. You're going to be starting a business across the street to compete against me. You're going to seek for the same career profession to compete against me. So where do that leave us as a African descendant, quote unquote, diaspora in society as a whole or community? Where do that leave us? If see, women, you didn't think about that, did you? Now you got everything you want. But then you saying there is no men. And I'm sitting right here. But I'm competing against you. And I have to do more than ever to have a family now, and this is another thing. Men, we have to do more than ever to build a family. Because women say if she's going to submit or he's going to be a leader, he has to have more money. I no longer now, and which is why the sexism is funny, which is envy, part of hatred. The word, the word I'm trying to use. It's now I so-called hate women, but no, I'm trying to build a life with one. But I'm trying to help. Now, how do I help that other business across the street? She's doing the same thing I'm doing. And you saying we don't compete, we collaborate. Well, I'm competing because in the form of my business we didn't collaborate. You can't collaborate, you can. But what is the likelihood that you're going to be? That's like saying she's married and you still can be her best friend. No, that's not how that's not even going back. It's not even wired in us to be friends. The platonic actually came from the real platonic. It was for being gay. It came with gay guys with straight women. It never said nothing about a straight. And we got beef with that. A man had beef with that. I got beef with that. I say I'm 36 too. What a 36 year of age man and 36 year of age woman doing just friends? What is that? So you telling me within a relationship you can't build and get to know her to be more than that? I'm not saying you don't be friendly. Friends though? What are we doing? I'm not a little kid. So as I'm competing with you now, I'm getting we putting all these terms on our children. We saying they shouldn't be taught this or they shouldn't. But this is coming from children that's confused because they was hurt, battered, and abused. And you was hurt, battered, and abused. Just think about what I'm really, truly saying to you. This is the plight. I accepted my plight of certain things. The things I talk about, I'm not accepting because I know that's going to ruin our future. If women truly want to be equal, there is no room for a husband and wife anymore. There's no room for it because you want to be equal. You want to get paid the same. You want to be treated the same. We're going to treat you the same. You want to be paid. You want, not even, we're going to pay you the same. You want the same, how to put it, the same recourse that a man's received for, even if you're not able to produce in the working force or that field we in, produce the same equivalent amount of whatever your job, your duty call for. You want to be paid the same even though. And I don't play that. In me, they say you a snitch at work. You gonna catch these hands. Yup. Yes. I'm not gonna go into work the same hours and to make the same pay as you and actually get paid the same when you're not pulling your side. I'm gonna go to my supervisor in a heartbeat and say, you gonna tell them to do their job? It's making it harder for us. We leaving a half an hour late because somebody not pulling their weight. You leaving a half an hour late because someone not pulling their weight. And as us, as African Descendant Diaspora, we're going to be late. We're going to always be in last place because we're not pulling our weight together. When I say unto one, I say unto all. Is your path, is your journey, is your choice. Choose wisely. This is more new to me. It saddens my heart. It's disheartening to know that I want to love the same race woman, which I don't never really see the same love back, and I show more than I ever seen in my life. I just speak truths and facts and things that people do and say, including what men that do that's not there for their children, that don't provide. I don't care. Living in different households, that's another story which I already spoke on before. That don't work. And then if you date another person or be or marry whatever, that's harder than anything. So now we living in a world where I'm looking up, I'm filing and filling out applications, I'm doing the same thing, but my line of work I'm competing. arousal.